All right, good morning everybody and welcome to another session here on Facebook Live. My name is Patrick France, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to be with you all this morning. Before we go ahead and jump into the app and today's subject here, I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. So if you guys can hear me, just let me know where you're tuning in from here this morning. Let me know that the audio and video are both coming through good for you. Once we have confirmation of that, we'll go ahead, take a look at what's going on in the market. Then we'll move on to today's topic where we're going to show you how to find some hot stocks regardless of what the market is doing, where you can find some really high performers here for any short-term traders, swing traders, day traders, that kind of situation. Then, as always, we save the fan favorite towards the very end where we'll analyze any stock that you want to take a look at in less than 20 seconds. So I see a few people already chiming in. Mary Ellen, good morning. Tuning in from New Hampshire. Hopefully you're doing well. Working good. Awesome. Hey, Jay, everything is okay. Awesome. Thank you for that, Dale. VST 2.0. We'll take a look. John's tuning in from Akron, Ohio today. Glad to have you here, John. So hopefully everybody is doing well. Hopefully if you're new, you're at the right spot. If you're wanting to learn about swing trading, day trading, that type of situation, the VectorVest Stock Advisory app is going to have all your needs met to show you what stocks are moving at any given time and really help you, be able to find candidates quickly so you can take advantage of them faster than ever. So awesome. I see a lot of people saying hi. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you all are doing well. All my high flyers out there. With that, let's go ahead, jump into the app, take a look, see what's going on, see what's really working here today so far. So as you can see right now, the color guard is 3 ticks into the green. Therefore, the market is bullish and we advocate buying safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time. If we scroll down here, we can get the color guard itself where we see the 3 green lights where they come from. So we use 3 indicators to analyze the market each and every day. The first one we look at is the price, which is based upon the VectorVest composite. Now, if you're not familiar with VectorVest, the VectorVest composite is an arithmetic indexed average of about 8,300 stocks that we track daily. We feel like this gives us a better representation on what's actually happening in the market because it's not just looking at the Dow's 30 or the Nasdaq's 100 or the S&P's 500, but it's looking at a composite of 8,300 stocks. The second is going to be the RT or the relative timing. This is going to be cast on a scale of 0 to 2, and it's looking at the short-term price trend of the market. So above 1, the short-term trend of the market is up. Below 1, the short-term trend of the market is down. After that, we then get the BSR, buy to sell ratio. So every single day here at VectorVest, we give a buy, hold, or sell rating on every single stock that we track. So we analyze the number of stocks with a buy to a sell to identify the overall health of the market. If there's more stocks with a buy than a sell, the buy to sell ratio will be above 1 as it is now, which indicates overall market strength. Now, if it's below 1, that tells us there's more sells than buys in the database or overall market weakness. And then these 3 indicators are comprised to come up with the MTI or market timing indicator. This is looking at the underlying trend in the market. Once again, it's going to be cast on a scale of 0 to 2. So above 1, the underlying trend of the market is up. Below 1, underlying trend of the market is down. As you can see at 1.28, currently the underlying trend of the market is up. Rogelio, so is asking about the premium on a PC. So the premium app is for mobile. If you have questions about the PC version, just give our support a call. They can help you out, get you all set up there. So going after that, we then get the trend column. And as we can see for today, for right now at least, as long as things stay where they're situated, we could possibly get a confirmed up situation as of today, which is our last signal we get to get into the market and our last signal we get to get out. So we've seen a few green lights. We've been talking about last week what to look for from a technical basis, but from a timing basis, as long as the market does end up higher here, we could very easily see us finish off the day with a confirmed up. Now, for anybody new just getting started, I do want to make note of that though, because to get a confirmed up, the market does have to close out the day like this to get that official signal. So this is giving us an early sign that we could possibly be there, but we do have to make sure that we finish out the day to get that true official signal on that confirmed up situation. So, and that if you're asking or wondering why you still see a red down arrow, that's because we haven't closed the day out, so that a confirmed up situation is not technically official yet. That's why we only see the red down arrow still, but the confirmed up under the trend column there. So if we scroll down here, take a look at the advances, the declines, we can see 66% of stocks are advancing, 21% of stocks are declining. So clearly over 2-to-1 bias to the advances to declines, telling us that there's a strong push here today. More stocks are moving higher than lower, and telling us that if we do want to start, dipping our toes in the water or start loading up a stock or two, we definitely have that sign so far here today. So if we scroll down, take a look at what the major indices are doing here. The Dow's up about 0.5%. NASDAQ's up a little shy of that, about 0.4% or so. S&P actually really leading the pack higher here, up about 0.7. VectorVest Composite also up about 0.7. So we've got that here. We see the market's moving higher. Everything's looking pretty good. So 3 ticks into the green. If you ever want a more detailed description of what's actually happening in the market, each and every night we do also review the market in our daily color guard report, where we go over what's happening in the market today, what news you need to be aware of for tomorrow, how to prepare yourself for tomorrow, and also we talk about some of our hot stock picks to give you guys some ideas on some potential good swing trades, movers that you can take advantage of. So this is one of the benefits of being a subscriber here to the Stock Advisory app, is being able to get that information. So also, if you're new here and you haven't already hit that like button, as always, I say this every week, it helps me out, helps continue to grow our community. If you haven't already hit that like button in the bottom left, go ahead and do that. Hit that share button in the bottom right. Get this information out to all your friends, family, show them how they can, make money in the market and help them, get their financial goals on track using the Stock Advisory app. All right. So jumping into today's topic, we're going to be looking at hot stocks because, as we always talk about, we've been talking a lot about conservative stocks. We've been talking a lot about, how to play the market to the downside. One thing we haven't really taken a look at in a long time is more of the swing trader style stocks or even day trader style stocks, and looking for some big winners that you can take advantage of very short durations with to make some good gains in your portfolio. So the first place we're going to start off with today is under the picks. And as always, I do want to preface this that all of this does require the premium version of the app. So everything that you see here today is based upon the premium version. If you don't have the premium version, you can click on the link in the description of this video, upgrade right now, or you can give our support a call. They'd be glad to help you out as well. So first place we're going to take a look at is the hot stock section. Now, if you're not familiar with VectorVest or you're just getting started with it, you go to the eye, it tells you exactly what hot stocks are. So it contains lists of stocks that are trending upwards over the last few weeks or months. So already doing what you want them to be doing when you get into them. Can't wait to see those, Shay. Antonio's premium version is awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad you're enjoying it, Antonio. So let's take a look at the hot stocks right away. First off here. So as you can see, as always, it's going to be defaulted by our master indicator VST, which if you're a swing trader or, a position trader, VST is a great sort to go by. But if you're looking for high momentum stocks, all we got to do is just tap on the rank by the top and use one of the newer sorts that's been added into the app of the biggest movers. So as you can see, PRPL down. If you're playing it to the downside, maybe a good day to start looking at, a bearish position, but markets are going higher. We want to stick with the overall trend. So go out of this one, OMI. OMI gapped up just recently, continuing to run. Great look here over the last 3 months, 6 months, same situation, 1 year. Not bad. It's definitely been picking up momentum. more and more over the last few months. Looking at the analysis, as always, we use 4 indicators to analyze our stocks. All of them are going to be cast on a scale of 0 to 2, and above 1 is good, below 1 is bad. So as long as you can remember that, VectorVest is going to make your life really easy. So the first one we look at is the RV, or relative value. This is looking at the long-term potential over the next 1 to 3 years. As you can see, 1.46 tells us that we have good long-term potential over the next 1 to 3 years with this stock. Then we get the RS, or the safety factor. Below 1, a little bit below 1, tells us that there is a little bit more risk, however, associated with this stock based upon the financials of the stock. Then we look at the timing, or the RT. 1.76, really strong uptrend, great short-term momentum moving behind it right now. So overall, the stock is definitely favorable with a VST rating of 1.45. Take a look at the next one, lumber liquidators. RV, decent long-term potential, but does have a lot of risk associated with it. You have a nice strong uptrend, so overall the stock's favorable. Take a look at the graph. We can see it has had a pullback recently, but off of that double bottom we can see there, it's been bouncing back nicely. And the next level of resistance really doesn't come in till about $28, $30 a share. So still has some decent upside potential here. Take a look at the next one. EXPI. Nice steady uptrend for the last 3 months. 6 months looks phenomenal. 1 year, even better. HASI. Really nice strong uptrend. Just had a pullback. Just starting to break out of that pullback, taking out the previous high, hitting new highs. So yeah, decent momentum. So there's some just right out of the gate. Nowhere else out there is going to make finding high momentum stocks or good opportunities for swing trades as easy as VectorVest. So we started off taking a look at the hot stocks. Let's now take a look at high momentum stocks. So biggest movers. OESX, which I think I saw Don talking about just a second ago. So Don, you got ahead of us a little bit, but great transition into it though. So let's take a look. It's up almost 15% here today. It has good long-term potential, a little bit more risk associated with it though. Really strong short-term momentum. So yeah, overall stock's favorable. We take a look at the graph. Let's go to a 3-month. Really nice strong uptrend on the 3-month basis. 6-month basis looks good. DPO is looking good. Let's go ahead to our graph settings real quick. Take advantage of some moving averages that we talk about quite frequently here. So we'll change this to a 3. Let's go ahead and do that. Hit return so that way it makes sure it puts it in. Change this to an 8. There we go. And if you're not familiar with the 3 and the 8, it's something we've talked about in previous live streams. So on swing trading tips, these are a great pair of moving averages or exponential moving averages to use to identify short-term momentum. So if you're not familiar with using moving averages, you use a shorter one and a longer one. And when the shorter one goes above the longer one, that shows that the short-term momentum is picking up. And when the shorter one goes below the longer one, that essentially just shows that the short-term momentum is waning and starting to give us a signal that we may want to take our profit if you have a decent gain at that point. So we'll go to a 3-month. As you can see, OESX using the 3 and the 8 crossed over back here at around 365. You finally got a sell signal once right here around $8 a share. And then once again, caught this big move here today, the 14% move it's having today, just a few days before it really started popping. So 3 and the 8 definitely seemed to work for this one and still holding strong right now. ACRS, so a biotech company here. You had a nice run recently with this one. You got the breakout. Let's see. What day was that? Right here. Oh, let me zoom back out. There. Oh, 1 day, couple days too short. This is what I get for not holding onto my phone. All right, there we go. So when you hold it in your hand, it works a lot better than just trying to tap it on the table. So we can see we got the breakout. Right here on the 25th at around $2.50. Now it's trading at $4. So big move, continue to move higher. One thing just with this one you may want to be a little careful with, because you do see some potential profit taking going on at that high today at around 440. So just be careful with that one. DAC, nice steady uptrend, higher highs, higher lows. Got out of the downtrend back here and now blasting off, continuing to stay into it right now. So as you can see, some great opportunities here with this one as well. This one is a little bit more speculative, but as we talk about when we analyze your own stocks, if you have a speculative stock, you want to make sure that timing is above 1.5. That way it shows that it has strong momentum behind it, which may, as a aggressive or speculative trader, may make that extra risk worthwhile for you. So TWI up almost 7% here today. Once again, another speculative stock, but really strong momentum. PLL down about 6%. Really speculative stock. Looks like it's been blasting off recently. Looking at the graph, some may take this. Most likely, most will not. All right, so there's a few easy places to go right at your fingertips that you can utilize. But one thing that we haven't talked about in a while, and this is actually an idea and a list that was brought up by our own users, by you guys out there, our high flyers out there, and it's something under the premium list, and it's the Daily Boomers percent price change. Now, a lot of our Jockey Club members are familiar with this. This is one of my personal favorite searches to use. And it's actually a unique list in the sense that it can actually update throughout the day. So you could take a look at it once and it'll have one set of stocks in there. You could take a look at it 20, 30 minutes later and it could update with new listings of stocks in it as well. So the first one we come to is AGE. As you can see, very speculative stock, up 220% so far here today. It was up 300 and some earlier when I first looked at it this morning. RT at 2.0, no surprise there. And as you can see though, there's that pullback that I was referring to. You almost hit that $4 mark, and since that point it's been pulling back. So definitely a very risky one, definitely a very speculative one, but for a momentum trader, somebody wanted to take advantage of it throughout the day, you definitely have some trends throughout today's session so far that you could easily take advantage of. All right, so that's the first one. And as you can see, this is sorted by percent gain loss. But just like we've done with all the other ones, you can change that sort to fit your needs. So if we change that sort, biggest movers, we can find AGE still at number one. OXBR up 60% here today, continuing to move higher. Once again, speculative stocks. So the Daily Boomers percent price change is not going to be for the swing trader or for somebody who doesn't have a high risk appetite. Just keep that in mind as we look at some of these. We take a look at the stock on a 1 day basis. You just see a nice steady climb all throughout the day so far. Higher highs, higher lows. Just hit a pullback, trying to take out a new run or trying to make another new run to hit a new high here. EV gapped up. This could possibly be a buyout. Really hasn't gone anywhere ever since it opened this morning. AETC, another sideways mover so far. CARV had a great run earlier today. Pulling back right now. Be patient with it. CDNA, nice steady climb. So it gapped up and then just been slowly drifting higher all throughout the session here. If we take a look at the fundamentals, once again, poor RV, poor RS, main focus is going to be the RT. So we've seen a few different opportunities, one for more aggressive when using daily boomers, one for more swing trade ideas, going under the pick section, taking a look at some of those hot stocks there. Some other opportunities in the mobile app that you can use are top VST stocks. You could use, where was it? Midas touch stocks. Midas touch stocks are great for swing traders in general. These are going to be more momentum and also fundamental driven stocks here. So REGI is one of our top rated stocks that we can find here so far. You can see great RV, so good long-term potential, solid fundamentals, so less risk associated with it, really strong RT once again. So yeah, overall the stock's definitely going to be favorable. All right, so we take a look at the graph though, 3 months, just see a nice steady climb, higher highs, higher lows, just a nice consistent uptrend. So if you're looking for swing trade opportunities, Midas touch stocks are a great place to look. We take a look at the next one, IESC. Once again, higher highs, higher lows, consistent uptrend so far for you. Looking at the DPO, also confirming that uptrend. So you see some good opportunities with that one as well. OESX, once again, pulling back a little bit from where we last looked at it, but still higher highs, higher lows, really nice consistent uptrend here. Antonio's asking about Mara, so make sure to stick around, Antonio. We'll definitely analyze Mara for you in just a couple of minutes. So also, if you're just tuning in and haven't hit that like button, make sure to do so. Make sure to share this video out there, get it trending, get it out there so that way we can continue to grow this group because, as I say week in and week out, your impact or your information or input that you guys have about the app, that you guys talk about in our sessions every week, goes into what we work on going forward with the app. So that way you get what you want and you get the most comprehensive trading app out there, regardless of whether you're on Android, Apple, doesn't matter. All right. So as we can see, we found some great opportunities with all these lists, but one of the new features is utilizing the widgets. We've talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Utilizing widgets can help you also find these stocks even faster. So if we go ahead out of here, we'll just go ahead and add the widget here today. We'll go to the Stock Advisory App section, and we'll go ahead and add this widget. I'm going to move it over here because you'll see here in just one moment what it can do. And then we'll customize the widget by holding it down, edit the widget, changing the watch list. We'll keep Midas touch stocks for right now. Rank by biggest movers. And there we go. So one thing we can do is when I shut off my phone, as you can see, my screen's black right now. I tap on it to get it. I can instantly just swipe over. I don't even have to unlock my phone. I don't even have to get into the phone. All I got to do is just tap on the screen to get the home screen or the lock screen up, slide it over. And you can see I have the Midas touch stocks right there. So this is a great way if you're on the go or you're at work, but you want to find some stocks to trade or you're looking to get a new stock added to your portfolio. This is a great way to keep an eye on it without having to, unlock your phone, go into apps, go into this, go into watch lists, whatever you're doing. So this can be a huge time saver to help you find some good candidates if you're not going to have, or if you're not able to, be on your phone all the time. So it's one of the nice features that only VectorVest has currently, and looking to improve on those widgets as we go forward as well to give you guys even more functionality faster than ever. Because that's our real goal here is to, help you make faster, smarter, better trading decisions to help you become a successful investor, a more consistent investor, and help you reach your financial goals that you have set for yourselves. All right. So with that, if you guys have any questions regarding anything that we've looked at so far, if you want to take a look at any list or you have questions about any of the indicators that we looked at, make sure to put them in the comments. Let me know as well. I'd be glad to answer those for you. So with that, if there's no other questions, let's go ahead and jump into analyzing your guys' stocks, show you how easy it can be. So as always, all you got to do to analyze your own stocks, just tap on the magnifying glass in the upper right, and you can start to enter in your symbols, whatever they are. So the first one we get is coming from Stan. So RKT we'll take a look at. RKT, just analyzing it overall first and foremost. RV above 1, good long-term potential. RS well below 1 tells us there's a lot of risk to get to that long-term potential. Timing at 0.93 tells us it's in a short-term downtrend. Therefore, the stock is not favorable right now. If we take a look at the next one, MARA. MARA, you have poor long-term potential. You have a lot of risk associated with it, which tells us this is a speculative play currently. Timing, even though it's up 20% right now, the timing is at 0.41, telling us it's still in a pretty strong downtrend here today. So, you may take it for the day just because it's up big, but overall, probably going to be staying away from this one and be very cautious with this one if you do get into it. How do you set the DPO? I'm unable to set it on my apps. Perfect question. So all you got to do is when you're in the app, you're on the graph, you go to graph settings at the bottom. On the lower indicator, you have different options. DPO is going to be the last option. If you want to customize it, all you got to do is click on settings. You can change the period. I have it set to the default 20 period, but you could change it to whatever you wanted there. You could also do RSI, MACD, earnings per share, relative timing, and so on. All right, so let's see what the next one is. How do you start from beginning? David, what do you mean from like the stream here today? From the stream, all you got to do is once it's over, you just pull up the stream and you can drag that timeline bar at the bottom forward or backwards wherever you want to go. All right, let's see. Next one is APOG. APOG. So APOG, good long-term potential, a little bit more risk associated with it, however. You have a nice strong uptrend, so overall the stock's favorable. Let's see, what else do we have? REGI, we looked at that one. LCLN, maybe ICLN. ICLN, there we go. So this is going to be an ETF. And as we talked about last week and other weeks prior, when looking at an ETF, your primary focus is going to be the RT because they don't report quarterly earnings. They don't have quarterly financial statements they release. So therefore, the fundamentals are always going to be set, or the fundamental indicators are always going to be set at 1. Therefore, the RV and RS are always at 1. So the focus is going to be timing. At 1.56, you have a really nice strong uptrend. So yeah, this is definitely favorable right now. And it looks like it's the clean energy ETF as well. And as we've talked about over the last month or two, clean energy industry or sector as a whole has been a hot ticket item recently. Let's see, TAN. I see Antonio asking, so Midas works more for swing trade. What about day trade? So Midas Touch works great for swing trades. Day trades, as we talked about, that's where you're going to focus primarily on the daily boomers under the premium list. Those are going to be some really high flying, high momentum stocks. So if you're looking for day trade candidates, look at the daily boomers. That's definitely going to be one of the biggest benefits for a day trade opportunity here. All right, so another ETF looking at TAN, 1.74, really nice strong uptrend. So yeah, definitely still favorable right now. Dollar General, let's take a look. Good long-term potential, less risk associated with this stock, nice steady uptrend. So overall, stock's definitely favorable here. HACK. All right, another ETF, 1.15, above our bare minimum of 1.1 that we typically prefer to see. So steady uptrend. Overall, stock still favorable here. FSLY. There we go. All right, 0.46 tells us it has poor long-term potential. It does have a lot of risk associated with it, but it is in a really nice strong uptrend. So if you're a speculative trader, this is going to be a great opportunity. If you're not, this is going to probably be one you pass on for now. All right, let's see. WST. So WST, decent long-term potential, great safety, so less risk associated with the stock. Really nice, strong uptrend. Overall, stock still favorable. RCL. App and desktop the same, so no, David. As you can see above me I have the desktop version, which is our real-time platform as well. If you have real-time on the desktop, you do get real-time with the app. The desktop, obviously, because you have a lot more processing power just being on a computer, you're gonna have more functionality with it. But if you do some homework on the desktop, it will sync up to the app. Let's say you have some stocks you want to take a look at, or do some research at night, find some stocks that look good, want to see what the market's doing in the morning. You can put them into a watch list, and that'll sync over to the app so you can keep an eye on them on the go as well. You don't have to be stuck at your computer all day. All right, so RCL, very speculative still. No surprise there. Poor long-term potential, a lot of risk. However, short-term uptrend is definitely in place right now. So the stock's slightly favorable, but still, you're speculating that things are going to get back to normal very soon with that one. ACAD. ACAD, poor long-term potential, a lot of risk associated with it. It's in a steady decline. Overall, stock's not favorable right now. Let's see, BA. BA, poor long-term potential, a lot of risk associated with this stock. It's in a slight decline, so definitely not favorable for the time being. WMS. WMS, good long-term potential. A little bit less risk associated with it compared to the average stock out there. Nice, strong uptrend. So, yeah, stock's still favorable currently. SHI. SHI. Good long-term potential, but a lot of risk to get to that long-term potential. However, it's in a steady decline, so stock's not favorable right now. Let's see. DHI. DHI has great long-term potential, less risk associated with this stock, really nice steady uptrend. Overall, stock's definitely favorable here. NXST. NXST, great long-term potential, better than average safety with this stock. Stock's about flat on a short-term basis. So what you're really looking for, if you're not already into it, is that timing to pick up above 1.1. That way it shows that it's really starting to get some momentum to the upside behind it here. Let's see. AYX. AYX, you have poor long-term potential. You have a lot of risk associated with this stock. You do have a strong uptrend starting to form, so the stock's favorable, but definitely a very speculative play right now. BAC, Bank of America, one of my favorite trading stocks or bank stocks to trade. Poor long-term potential, a lot of risk associated with this stock. You're in a slight decline, so definitely not favorable at the moment. KWEB. ETF, so your primary focus is RT. It's above 1.1, so you do have a nice steady uptrend. Overall, stock's favorable currently. ENPH. ENPH, great long-term potential. Less risk associated with this stock. Really strong uptrend. So, yeah, the stock's definitely favorable right now. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm glad to have you here today. But yeah, I mean, I remember in phase, we were looking at it at $19, $20 a share in our jockey club with Steve Chappell. We've looked at it here when it was that low. Now it's trading at over 100. Yeah, in phase has been a great mover here. WKHS. Poor long-term potential, a lot of risk associated with it. On a short-term basis, though, you do have a strong uptrend. So the stock's about average right now. As we always talk about, if you're getting into a speculative trade like that, really want to see that RT at 1.5 or greater typically. PEIX. All right, PEIX, poor long-term potential, a lot of risk associated with it. So speculative stock, but really strong momentum. So therefore, for you speculative traders out there, definitely a good one to keep an eye on. And DIS, poor long-term potential, about average safety involved in this stock. Timing tells us that it's in a slight decline, so therefore the stock's not favorable at the moment. And last but not least, we'll do GRVY. And this one has great long-term potential. Solid fundamentals with this stock. You have a really nice, strong uptrend. So overall, the stock's definitely favorable. All right, so with that, let's go ahead finish up here today. So as you can see, we're still 3 ticks into the green. We still have those 3 green lights, still in a potential confirmed up situation as of right now. But as I mentioned earlier, we have to finish the day off like this to get that official signal here. Looking at the advanced declines, 65% of stocks moving higher, 23% of stocks moving lower. Clearly that over 2-to-1 bias that we like to see. One thing I will just point out here is above me, as I mentioned earlier, we do have the real-time version of the desktop app up ahead of me. And if you look at the advanced declines, the overall trend with that is definitely a little alarming. But at the same time, right now, if everything closes out at this moment, we could potentially end up with that confirmed up situation. Looking at the Dow, now only up about 0.2%. NASDAQ's up still about just shy of 0.5%. S&P's gone from 0.6% higher to only about 0.5% higher. VectorVest Composite up was out about 0.7%, now up about 0.6%. So we can see the markets have taken a little bit of a breather off of where they were when we first started the session. So as always, if I didn't get to your stocks, or if there's ever any stocks that you want to take a look at, if you're already a subscriber, just pull up the app, tap on that little magnifying glass, go ahead, type in your symbols. You can do the same analysis wherever you're at. If you're not a subscriber, click on the link below, download the app, give it a whirl, try it out. Seeing is believing. Put it to the test. And if you have questions, as always, just give our support a call. They'd be glad to help you out with it as well. So once again, thank you all for tuning in here today. Thank you all for joining us. If you haven't hit that like button, you're still here, make sure to hit that like button, share it to all your friends, share it to all your families. If you're in groups, trading groups, investing groups, make sure to share it with them as well. Show them what VectorVest has to offer and how it can benefit them as well. So with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your trading day. Take care, be safe out there, and we will see you all next Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Bye for now, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.